in America, we're taught that hard work will pay off with the life that you want. Well, nobody worked harder than my grandfather, who was a farmer in Kansas, right? Well, when he retired, he couldn't really enjoy his retirement for health reasons and for the health factors in my grandma's life. And so I learned that the hard way when I was young. And so that was a big motivator. It's like, well, obviously that dictum, the idea that you will be rewarded from hard work, well, that doesn't really pay off exactly. So sort of what's a more soulful way to live? What's a way that I can sort of benefit from the dynamism and prosperity of American society without having to sort of play by these rules that keep us in a holding pattern, right? And so in some ways, Vagabonding was a letter to my 17-year-old self saying, look, you don't have to play by those rules. You can be a little bit different. Because I was of a generation where travel was accepted, but it was sort of seen as sort of an irresponsible counterculture hippy-dippy thing, you know? And that's fine. You know, the counterculture has generated some great ideas, but the counterculture is also given to cliches. And so why does travel have to be an irresponsible thing for upper middle class people? You know, why can't you just go and travel into the world and make it deepen your life? The funny thing is that in tandem with technology, since my book has come out, there's been the rise of digital nomadism and other ways of people who no longer hide their travels from their resume, that travel is actually an active part of their education as it always should be, you know? So I think, you know, it helps that I was raised by teachers, you know, who sort of taught me to make everything an education. And so I think that mindset, if not travel specific, that mindset of questioning things and trying to find the best way to do things, and not just the best way to do things in the terms of most efficient, but the most soulful way of doing things, or the way that can lead to the deepest satisfaction or to maybe help other people at the same time. That became a way of doing things. And I think that's why Vagabonding resonated, you know, because another thing that I always tell people is that some of my editors and some early reviewers said, well, Rolf Potts doesn't teach you tips on how to fold your socks when you pack your backpack. What kind of travel book is this? And I think readers understood what some of those critics and editors didn't understand, which is that it's a big picture thing, you know, that travel can be a metaphor for so many other things in life.
And you know what's interesting is in that, I sort of like see the difference in your style, let's say like compared to Tim's. So for example, it's both like looking at things in a different way and questioning things, right? But yours is more about like soulful and all these different things. And that's why it's like travel for like 3-4 months or whatever. We talk about how like Tim's stuff is more about being efficient, right? So I remember actually, because I remember looking at this post around like 2009 or 10, one of the most popular blog posts, I think on his blog or another one, was like how to like put as much as you can, or like pack efficiently so you can put as much as you want in like one small thing. Okay. And so it's about travel, but it's completely like divergent paths, right? Because of the perspective that you bring. And I think that's what happens when you like start building an audience, is like you bring your own perspective, and that's what makes you different.